Today I just wanted to go over some easy, easy math, and I just wanted to show you an easy trick on how to do problems like this. So, uh, basically, we can start here. 6 times 7. You should have your multiplication tables memorized. Since I have my multiplication table memorized, I know that 6 times 7 is 42. Now, if we do 6 times 70, we see that there's 1 0 here. Okay? So all I'm doing is the base fact, which is 6 times 7, 42, and then I am adding the 1 0 here, which is 420. Now 6 times 7, once again, is 42, and how many zeros are here? There's 2 zeros here in 700, so 6 times 700. So that means I'm going to add those 2 zeros here. And 6 times 7 is, once again, 42, and there are 3 zeros in 7,000, so I'm just going to add the 3 zeros. Now, I've watched some explanations and some 4th grade videos on this, and it seems like a lot of them don't like to just tell you this trick, I guess you could say, because they're worried that kids won't understand why this works, or it doesn't teach number sense or something. Anyway, my feeling is you might as well teach the kids the easiest way to do it and then explain why it works afterwards. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, I also want to mention, let's say it was 60 times 700. We are still going to do the base fact, 42, and then we're going to add the zeros from both numbers. So that's 3 zeros, 1, 2, 3. So I just wanted to show that. But let me show you why this works. Okay? So 6 times 7 is 42, obviously. And so let's just start with this one, 6 times 70. Okay? So 70 is basically 7. We could break it down into 7 times 10. Okay? And because of the associative property, I know that 6 times 70 is the same as 6 times 7 times 10. And so we end up doing 42, 6 times 7, right? And then we have 10 groups of 42. So when you have 10 groups of 42, when you're multiplying by 10, right, all you're doing is, what ends up happening is you just end up adding 0, basically. So, I mean, the reason that is because if I were to add up 42 10 times, it would come out to 420, right? So it just it makes the math easier. And really, when if I'm multiplying things like this in my head, or even on paper or anything like this with a bunch of zeros after, this is literally how I do it, is I'll count all of the zeros and figure it out from there. So yeah, so basically this works. If I were to just add 42 up 10 times, right? That's just how the numbers end up working out. So 10 groups of 42 is 420. 100 groups, right? Because 100, so if we were to do this one, then we would just be adding another 10. And then it would be 420, so we could cross this part out that we put here, and that would be times 10. And once again, where it ends up just adding the 0. That's how the math works out, right? So I don't really understand why they refuse to just teach this immediately. But yeah, that's how we do multiplication with numbers ending in 0. I should also mention, if we're doing, let's say, 50 times 80, we know that the 5 times 8 is 40, okay? And then we still have to add these 2 zeros, 1, 2, and it becomes 4,000. And I only say this as an example because you have to be careful, because you look at this and you're like, oh, there are 3 zeros. There's only 2 zeros here. But the base fact is still 40, so you're adding the 2 zeros to the 40, so it will end up being 3 zeros. I did just want to mention that. But yeah, this is very simple. You just do the base fact and then add the zeros. That's how you do it.